All right, class, we're starting a new unit, Ideologies and Revolutions of 1815 to 1850. Some big ideas from that time. Congress of Vienna. Congress of Vienna, a temporary triumph for the old regime, the conservative aspect. The Concert of Europe was very effective in the expression of conservatism, and the people at that time were very trying to go back to the old style, very conservative, almost the old style of the monarchies, in particular like the House of Bourbon. Rise of liberalism fought back against this conservatism. In the 1830s and 1848, liberals rose up in numerous European countries. Nationalism became the greatest force of the revolutions during this time, 1815 to 1850. Liberal revolutions fed by nationalism in quite a few different countries. Prussia, Germany, Austria, Greece, Poland, Belgium, France, and England. During this time was the Romantic period. Romanticism challenged rationalism of the Enlightenment. Socialism challenged the bourgeoisie and sought social and economic equality. The Congress of Vienna. So this was our big ideas, our overviews. Now we'll get to just the facts. Congress of Vienna. Major European powers met to redraw the territorial lines in Europe, especially after the Napoleonic Wars. So they wanted to make things more even. One very conservative person that was instrumental in this was Clemens von Metternich from Austria. He epitomized the conservative reaction against liberals, and he was instrumental in the Congress of Vienna in being able to dominate and dictate what he felt should be carried out throughout Europe. England wanted Europe, during this time in the Congress of Vienna, England wanted Europe to be a balanced power, Prussia to recover lost land during the wars, Russia the right to rule Poland, France limited involvement during the Congress of Vienna, mostly because they were seen as the aggressors in the Napoleonic Wars. Legitimacy came out of this, returned the Bourbons back to power, such as the Bourbons in France and in other areas around Europe. Compensation, territory given to those who fought against Napoleon. England got land in Africa, Austria, Lombardy, and Venetia in what is present-day northern Italy, Russia, Poland, and Sweden got Norway. The Congress of Vienna was called the Dancing Congress because there was a lot of balls and pageantries and people drinking and partying quite a bit. The balance of power map arranged so that one state could not control all of Europe. France encircled by giving lands to surrounding states. So France was not given the ability to be able to be an aggressor in the future. Into the Habsburgs, a Holy Roman Empire, and this would lead to the beginning of the Austria-Hungary Empire. Congress of Poland, Alex I of Russia became king. All of the European powers, except for England, of all of the European powers, England was the one that continued to benefit even after the Congress of Vienna. England, at this point, started to grow exponentially. All right, our evaluation of the Congress of Vienna, it restored the balance of power in Europe. Not until 1871, when Germany was unified, was the balance of power compromised. No continental wars from 1815 to 1914. Of course, 1914 is when World War I started, but we had about 100 years of peace during this time. It was criticized by liberals and nationalists for repressing reforms. Remember, this was a conservative-led movement, and it underestimated new nationalism. And the nationalism would really start getting going at the end of the 18th century, at the end of the 1800s, sorry. that led to World War I.